Hey, everybody. So I am one of those people that sometimes I like something somebody does, but I don't necessarily like everything they write or everything they talk about. However, John Gordon is an exception to that rule. He has books that are so easy to read, and so they're actually enjoyable to read. And he is very easy to follow, very easy to listen to. So if you can either do audiobooks with him or you can get the books, find something that you like and start reading and enjoying John Gordon because he is amazing. Now, he's got this The Power of a Positive You, which is a 7-step action plan. And we're going to talk about that just really quickly because there are some slides that Pam is going to put up on Champion. And there's a little bit of homework, but it's well worth the effort. It's that 80-20 stuff, okay? It might not be an income producing activity, but it will eventually turn into what helps you produce your income. And you're going to hear me say some things that Ellen has already said. Just talk about mindset, talk about what you're going to do, the people that you hang around, how you are in control of yourself. And the reason for that is those are important things. So you need to hear them more than once. It's going to keep happening. And the reason that we keep telling you more than once is the more you hear it, the more it kind of sinks in. Okay. So, one of the first things he talks about, and you need a plan. Okay. And you need to make the basic plan simple because now I'm going to say something and you tell me if I'm right or not. Simple ideas lead to incredible results. Somebody tell me yes, no in the chat. Is that true? Simple ideas lead to incredible results. All right, I'm horrible because I can't see the chat from where I'm at. Well, let me look and see what you're saying. Okay, it all says I got some yeses and stuff like that. But here's the thing: a simple ideas, when they're acted upon, lead to incredible results. Doesn't matter how good your idea is, if you don't do anything with it, it's not going to go anywhere. And you're in charge of what you do with it. Okay. Nobody else is in charge of what you do with your ideas. So you got to plan and write it down. I am a big journaler. I am a big writer. If I write it, I remember it. I know a lot of people do like talk to text, and now people are starting to do the AI. All of that's great. I personally have to either type it myself or write it down myself to get it into my brain. So that's just me. But then you have to make sure that you're living the plan that you come up with. Okay. You've got to get it in there. You've got to practice it. You've got to make it part of your life. And don't get discouraged. Okay. If things don't go right one day, if you've got a plan and this is what you're going to do and things don't always go right, you're trying to improve your life, guys. You're gonna have days. It's okay. Like Ellen said, give yourself some grace because small changes will lead to big results. Now, he's got this 7-step plan, and it's awesome because it's very simple. So the first thing is you pull out your telescope, and I'm not going to read these because, like I said, we're going to post them and you can do them. But what you need to do is create your vision, all right, where you want to go. And that keeps you on track. So this is again something you should write down. And we did the dream boards, right? You have your dream board, but you need to write down what your actual vision is. All right. Like on my dream board, I have a thing that says, I love New York. Well, that doesn't really mean anything unless what you know I mean by that is I want to go to New York at Christmas time. I want to see New York. I want to see Central Park. I want to see Times Square at Christmas, not on New Year's Eve, but at Christmas time. Okay, that whole general area. Um, so your vision is something that you can have, like Pam was talking about, 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. What is your vision for your life? Okay. And then what are you doing with that vision? Who are you doing it with? Get real specific when you're writing it down so that you know what you're talking about and what you're looking for. All right. Number two, Pam, we're seeing all kinds of stuff on your screens. All right. Point number two is what is your purpose? And this is, you know, what's your why? What's your purpose? If you've ever heard me talk, I had a really hard time with this for a long time. But here's the thing. Okay. I couldn't use the word why. I had to go with what is my purpose. And what that amounts to is, what difference do you want to make? What difference do you want to make in your own life, in the life of your family, and the life of the people that you meet? How can you decide to make a difference? And what's going to inspire you to keep going? That's your purpose. Okay. And here's the thing, it says right on here, you don't get burned out because of what we do. We get burned out because we forget why we were doing it to start with. All right. When you get to where all you're doing is working and you can't go back and read that vision and read your why and your purpose and why you were doing it, you're going to forget. And it's just going to seem like you just can't, keep going. So you want to write it down so that you can go back and look at it. Now, then we're going to get out a microscope. All right. We talked about the telescope. We talked about the purpose. So telescopes are to look at things long range. Microscopes bring things really clearly into your vision. And without action, okay, a vision is just pretend. Okay. If you don't do something with it, it's not going to come about. But a vision plus action, that becomes tomorrow's reality. So you have to zoom in on the one thing you're going to do every day. All right. That one thing, not 10 things that you want to get. I mean, you have a list of your things, but what one thing can you do today to help make that vision come to pass? All right. And make sure that that's what you do. You don't have to do something great every time. All right. But you have to do something great. You have to do it consistently for it to end up being great. So commitments are greater than just goals. You can write down goals all day long, but if you're not committed to at least one thing a day to making those dreams come true and those goals come true, you're not going to do it. And those dreams, or those goals, I mean, and that commitment is going to form a habit. And once you start something and it becomes a habit, it gets so easy to do every day. If you make a habit of contacting new people for your business every day, then it's going to be something you do every day. It's going to be, I have a habit, if you want to call it that, of having a cup of coffee in the morning before I really talk to anybody. It's a habit I started years ago, and people that know me well know that it's a really good idea. I can talk to people before coffee. I really can, but I like to do it that way. And it starts my day off right. And it's not that I just sit there and look at the coffee. I kind of collect my thoughts about what I want to do for the day. I read a little bit. I just go over things in my mind that maybe I need to get clarified before the day starts. And I like to do it with a cup of coffee. It's a habit. So get yourself in a habit of doing the things for your business, for your life, for your family that you want to make happen every day. And it gets super easy. All right. Number 4 is stay positive. Feed the positive dog. And this is a really good John Gordon book. If you have not read this book, either audio it or grab it somewhere and read it. It's a super easy book. It's about 2 dogs and they, are having a hard time. But to feed the positive dog, it just talks about putting the positive stuff in your life every day. It's so much easier to be negative. All right. When you talk to people, very rarely do people sit around and go, you know, oh, everything's so great. I'm so excited about everything. I just love the way she did this, and I am so excited about the way this happened. More than likely, a lot of the people that you talk to, even if they start out positive, are going to go like, she said some of the most amazing things, but, and then it starts. Okay. Don't feed into that negativity. If you have a negative thought, doesn't mean you have to believe it. It doesn't mean you have to wallow in it either. Deal with it and get rid of it. There's a couple things. All right. You need faith over fear. If you're thinking about how blessed you are, you won't be able to think about how stressed you are. And opportunities and challenges. Okay. Every challenge is an opportunity to be positive and to do something better. And this is where your mindset comes in. Ellen talked about that too. Sometimes this is a complete mindset change for people to not feed into that negative. And it's very important because Here's one of the things that happen, and this is number 5. These are energy vampires. Another really good book is called The Energy Bus that John Gordon wrote, and he talks about energy vampires in that, and it's a people. Okay. And sometimes these are people that you absolutely have to be around. It might be somebody you work with. It might be somebody that, you carpool with. Might be somebody you live with. All right. And so you can't necessarily not be around these people, but don't let them suck the life out of you. Don't let them take the positive out of you. Be in control of who you let in your mind. You might not be able to be in control of who's in your space, but you can be in control of who you let in your mind, and who don't be letting people, live rent free in your mind with those negative thoughts. So you be positive, help them see the positive, limit the time you have with these people that are energy vampires. And if you think about them, you'll know who they are. Okay. And it might be somebody you really like, might be somebody you really love. Okay. But sometimes they just get to a point where everything is negative and wrong, and you need to keep that from invading your life and avoid those people on a long-term basis. I mean, there are things you can do even if you live with them. You can be in another room, you can do all kinds of things and redirect conversations. Learn to do that. You're in charge of with the conversations you have, so learn to redirect them into a more positive atmosphere kind of. Okay, because and this is like therapy 101. This is just for real. You, a person, someone else can't make you feel a certain way. You can allow them to make you feel a certain way, but own the power that you have over your own mind and over your own thoughts, and take control of it. Okay. So become your most powerful you around these people. All right. We're going to do just 2 more. All right. Number 6 is one word, and we've been talking about this for weeks. Find the word, write it down. And once you write that word down, remember what the why is behind the word. Okay. Why did you pick that word? It's great to have a word like um uh, joyfulness. Okay. My it's not my word for the year, but if my word for the year was joyfulness, but why? Why do I need that to be my word? Maybe I've had a rough year the year before, and I just need to remember to bring the joy into things. Or I'm around a lot of people that are energy vampires, and I need to remember that somewhere in their life there is joy, and I need to help them find it. So write that down so you know why you have the word that you have. All right, now here's number 7. And this is Love, Serve, Care. Now, this is probably my favorite John Carpenter book. It's called The Carpenter. And if you don't read anything else, if you don't audiobook anything else, do The Carpenter. It's just a great book. Okay. And the love, serve, care that he talks about are the 3 things that just make everything else doable. Okay. So you need to share your love. And love is honestly the most positive force in the universe. So you just need to be kind to people. It costs nothing to be kind to people. And, the love to serve other people. You always get blessed. You always have more coming to you when you are serving other people with a good heart. And then you have to care. Okay. So you have to show these people that you care. And the best way to grow yourself, honestly, is to help others. And to be the most power and positive you need to focus on the love, serve, and care for other people. So not just for you, for everyone around you. And then it will come back to you. Now, we're going to post these, and all these little lines that are blank on the bottom of these, do yourself a favor and fill them out. If you can print this out and write it down and hang on to it, that's great. Otherwise, if you're on your laptop or whatever, just take a notebook and write down the answers. It doesn't matter if you can print out the sheets or not, but go back over this and do a little bit of homework and make it to where, this positive thing is an ongoing habit for you every day. And if you can, grab a John Gordon book and just start reading, because you'll love it. I know you will.